Hi, my name is Nicole Gonzalez Filos. I am the editor-in-chief of The Runner, and this is what you can expect from our latest issue.
This feature article, written by Kyler Emerson, explains how British Columbia is constantly battling changing climate's weather patterns, and according to experts, we are unprepared for the worst of it. Underwater, the costs of climate change for Canada's infrastructure. A report released by the Canadian Institute for Climate Choices says that Canada's infrastructure isn't prepared to withstand the long-term impacts of climate change. One of the report's key findings is that Canada's warming climate is accelerating the possibility of weather-related damage to homes and buildings, costing the government as high as $13.6 billion annually. Dylan Clark, a senior research associate at the Climate Choices, says BC, and the Lower Mainland specifically, is among the worst and most costly of all places for coastal flooding in all of Canada. To help prepare flood risk areas, Metro Vancouver has a climate strategy called Climate 2050, which integrates climate change preparedness in land use policies to guide future development in transportation and infrastructure. To read more on this article, go to runnermag.ca. This news article was written by Esther Amenkov-Udo. KPU students will be able to take courses on game design, animation, and visual effects by summer 2022. The Center for Entertainment Arts plans to partner with KPU. Diwakar Gandhi, the CEA Vice President of International Business Development, says they believe that by partnering together, they will be able to provide students an amazing opportunity to learn from the best industry and academic leaders within the area of entertainment arts. KPU plans to implement 5 programs, including a certificate in Foundation in Entertainment Arts and diplomas in animation and special effects. More updates about the transition of the program will be provided by both the CEA and KPU in January 2022.
Dance collaboration Chalk It Up returned to Vancouver this past weekend for its second performance. The event featured 12 contemporary dancers performing with different media element props. The event took place on November 6 at 45 West Hastings Street and online as well. On November 7th, they provided an online showing only through livestream. In April of 2019, Lauren Yang and Shannon May, the co-founders of Chalk It Up, wanted to create a space for new choreographers to perform. Due to the pandemic and restrictions, this has been the third time trying to put the event together. Jolyn Lee, one of the dancers, says she used a mini toaster oven in her performance, which was inspired by another dance she performed in 2019 using random everyday objects. Lee says she was excited for the event, but also terrified due to not seeing the audience reaction because of the masks. Contemporary dancer Jenna Berlin did a group performance in the dark using headlamps. Her group performed an 8-minute excerpt showing their interpretation of the stage between life and death, using the lamps as a representation of their souls. Ying, May, Lee, and Berlin all expressed how important these events are to the community, not only just to the audience, but to the dancers as well.
The Vancouver Police Department should require mandatory vaccines. First responders and similar organizations in British Columbia are establishing a vaccine mandate. However, the Vancouver Police Department still does not require vaccinations for their staff and opted for frequent testing instead. The Vancouver Police should make vaccines mandatory for their staff, especially working as frontliners in this pandemic. In the best interest and safety of the general public, mandating vaccines in a line of work where officials are exposed to hundreds of people is the right thing to do. They should not leave it up to chance whether or not they could contract the virus and spread it to the community. Getting tested can be a second line of assessment, but it should not be made as a sole alternative to vaccinations.
So one of the articles I worked on for this issue is a column piece on the WNBA team Chicago Sky winning their first WNBA championship. So this championship was very important to the franchise and the city of Chicago because it is the first for the franchise and the city. And WNBA legend Candace Parker returned to her hometown Chicago to help her city win. And Parker is one of the many legends in the WNBA. She's attained many awards like Rookie of the Year, WNBA MVP. She's made the All-Rookie team. And this finals run was between the Chicago Sky and the Phoenix Mercury, and it brought an average viewership of around 548,000 for 4 games, and Game 3 saw the most viewership at 524,000. If you want to get more insight on this championship run, check out the full article on our website.